Hey everybody, Breeders' Cup Classic 2019 at Santa Anita, Southern California. If you live close, you got to get there. Johnny, let's get right to it. We got 5 horses we like. Who's our top 5? Number 5, get at it.
So number 5 is going to be Mongolian Groom. Mongolian Groom is by Hightail. He's out of Bourbon-esque. Bourbon-esque is by Dynaformer. Hightail is by Mineshaft. This is a very humble pedigree as far as the Breeders' Cup Classic is concerned. Although last year, Gunnevera being by Dialed In, who's also by Mineshaft, ran a huge second at 40-1. They have different running styles. Mongolian Groom's more of a front runner, and Gunnevera was a rear runner. But we're going to pull for this horse. His third broodmare, or his third dam on the fem line is going to be Versailles Treaty. Versailles Treaty was a big black type, so he does have some back class there on the bottom side, and I think he's got enough to get the mile and a quarter.
Yeah, well, Mongolian Groom winning the Awesome again, holding off McKenzie. Pretty impressive win there if you go back and look at that race. 110 buyer last race. So saying that, horse is working nicely over the track, just floating, they said, the clockers. So Mongolian Groom, number 5. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4, who do we got?
Yeah, so number 4, I've got Code of Honor down here. Code of Honor is a 3-year-old running against older. The last couple Breeders' Cup winners, Accelerate and Gun Runner, were a little bit older, but then we look back at Arrogate, American Pharaoh, Bayern, Mucho Macho Man beat, what was that horse's name? Will Take Charge.
There we go.
Sorry, by a nose, the older horse versus the younger horse. So I think at this point in the year, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. Code of Honor is by Noble Mission. He's a full brother to Frankel. He's by Galileo. He's out of Reunited by Dixie Union. Reunited, as well as the second dam, Tivilli, are both black type brood mares. And this horse has a ton of pedigree on the top and the bottom, stamina-wise. He loves to compete. He showed that in his last race. He won the Travers. I think the horse is improving, and he should have a good run here in the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah, Claude McGahee will have this horse ready to go. 3rd in the Kentucky Derby. This horse has the ability to win over different tracks, Johnny. That's what I do like. 1 at Saratoga, 1 at Belmont, 1 at Gulfstream. Second, did get the win last time over Vino Rosso after the DQ. But this horse should be right in the mix at number 4. Number 3, let's move along to. Who do we got?
Yeah, so number 3 is going to be Yosida. Yoshida ran really well in the race last year. He's done well on the turf. He's done well on the dirt. He's just a game animal. He kind of is at a little bit of a disadvantage coming from as far back as he does. Going the mile and a quarter, it's a little harder to sustain that run all the way through. But he is by Heart's Cry, who's by Sunday Silence. That's going to be the Halo line. There have been a couple horses that have won with the Halo line sires. The last one, St. Liam, is the one that comes to mind lately. He's out of a black type broodmare, Hilda's Passion, who's by Canadian Frontier. We've got the Gone West line on the bottom. So there's a little bit of speed, and this horse should run a pretty big race.
Yeah, finished 3rd in the Woodward last time. Bill Mott does a great job with these horses. Giving them the right time, picking the spots, and letting them go. This horse, very interesting. Last race was in August, so some time off here. As Johnny said, finished 4th in the Breeders' Cup Classic last year. This Japanese horse looks to be a threat there here at number 3, Breeders' Cup Classic. Let's move on to our top 2. Number 2 is going to be...
Yeah, so for number 2, I've got McKenzie. McKenzie is by Street Sense. McKenzie is out of Runway Model. Runway Model is the Mr. Prospector line, Y line, and so is Street Sense. So he's kind of what we would call inbred on the Mr. Prospector line, which I would expect a lot of speed from McKenzie. I think the big question for McKenzie is, can he get the mile and a quarter? Last year in the Breeders' Cup, it was probably the worst race that he's ever ran. But, he's a classy horse. He's had a lot of seconds this year. They're going to have a little bit of a jockey change, and I guess we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, what I like about McKenzie, you got the experience of Bob Baffert. I keep saying Bob Baffert, but it's hard a person not to back behind. 7 starts, 3 wins, 4th place in the career here for Hall of Fame trainer. This horse has been favorite in 7 of its last starts, all of its starts, I should say. The Pentagrams are the owners. Earning almost $2.3 million in cash already, sired by Street Sense. McKenzie's going to be tough to beat here. Bob Baffert, but we got him at number 2. It's got a great chance to win this race, Breeders' Cup Classic. But let's move on to number 1 on the list. And you're probably going, who do they have? It's not McKenzie. Johnny, tell them who we got.
Yeah, so number one on the list, I've got Vino Rosso. Vino Rosso is by Curlin, who is probably my favorite styer right now. I look for the sons of Curlin to come out and do well in the breeding shed. My favorite one, who's an underdog by him, is going to be Connect. Connect is one. Look out for him when his babies hit the track. Vino Rosso is out of Mythical Bride. Mythical Bride's by Street Cry. He's also going to be inbred to the Mr. Prospector line on the Y lines. But I think Street Cry is a little bit more of a stamina type on the bottom. And Vino Rosso has 4 brood mares in a row that are black type on the fem line, so he brings a lot of class down there. And he's just a game animal. I think he's already got a winning a mile and a quarter over the track, so I think he's going to bring it.
Yeah, and what you said is a game, gutsy performance against Code of Honor last time. I know it got DQ'd, but we watched that race. Vino Rosso, a monster, throwing up a 106 buyer also. Vino Rosso, Todd Pletcher, a little under the radar this year. Maybe not the best stats compared to past years. This could be his race, Johnny. I like it. Vino Rosso, number 1 on our Breeders' Cup Classic, top 5 there. So hopefully you get a chance to make it up to the track. The Breeders' Cup Classic's going to be a good one. Anything you want to add, Johnny?
Yeah, just come out, enjoy it, and really take in the quality of the horses that they have running out here. This is a big day, and it's the best horses in the world, and I think everybody's going to get to see what they have to show and offer.
Oh, yeah, what he said, World Series of Horse Racing, baby. This is beautiful time. If you're a fan, you got to get out there. If you have friends, bring them along. It's one of the best events you could get at. Santa Anita, Friday and Saturday, coming up this week. Stay tuned to Hip Horse. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. We'll have more horse racing videos coming at you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good luck.